Advisory Board, as well as the President's 2020 Advisory Board. So, Bruce, a big welcome to you. I just want to get your reaction to what we're seeing on football fields around the country today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, Alex. Well, first of all, I'm unfortunately, I've been talking about this since this incident happened with Colin Kaepernick. But one thing I just want to bring to light about this is that, we all agree in the First Amendment, and it's President Trump's heart that, the peaceful protesting. But this is something that kind of bugs me a little bit as a business owner and who employs people. These players, since we're on the NFL subject, they agree in these contractual agreements with the terms of agreement. It's not fair to the owner for someone to come out and sign up saying, hey, we're going to work out X amount of days, we're going to go out and play the game on Sunday, but before we come out and have our huddle, we're going to do the national anthem, and this is what you agree on the terms and conditions for your contract to play for the NFL, which is they do work for an employer. They are employees. So I have to respectfully disagree. I don't think it's fair to the owner. I wouldn't see you, Alex, go out and and protest out of MSNBC because you signed a contract to be a fabulous news anchor here at MSNBC. So I think respectfully, giving respect back to the employer, and if you want to practice that, then for God's sake, go start your own league, your own team, your own business. This is what makes this country so great. And I think, the American people need to get back on track to that. There has to be some agreement with an employer and employee on the terms and conditions when they come in and what they agree with, Alex. So this is not fair to the employer.
Bruce, and I agree about employer-employee relationships, but I got to tell you, I'm not seeing one of these employers, not a one of the owners that have put out statements today that aren't in lockstep, if not standing next to those players. I mean, I'm looking at all of them here. Bills, Broncos, Steelers, Browns, Atlanta Falcons, Detroit Lions, one after the next. So they don't seem to be having the same kind of beef that you do.
Well, and they have a right to their opinion. They are employers. If they deem they want to have that in their team, then they have that right. But what I'm trying to say is that it's unfair to grandstand on someone else's dime. What I'm disappointed is when Colin Kaepernick came out is why didn't he form a 501(c) and form something where we can bring a landing pad, as you might say, of all these different groups and these concerns and put these issues on the table. I mean, for example, Alex, it's no secret. We've been through a lot as an African-American businessman in Atlanta. We've all been through a lot, but we've come a long way. And we can go a lot further with respectful as it relates to our employers, our employees. There has to be a line. And it's totally unfair to the owners and to the American people.
But Bruce, here's the deal. You talk about Colin Kaepernick and you want him to form some, 301(c) or whatever it is that you said. They want to make a public statement.
Yeah, but Alex, they need to do it on their dime. But no, ma'am. Like I said earlier, you won't come out that studio and protest against that CEO of MSNBC because you respectfully agreed to the terms and conditions on your contract. And it says you're going to go on this amount of vacation days, you're going to show up and do this, you're going to do this many hits. That's cool. But Alex, if you don't like it, then you'll start your own network or you'll go out and do your own thing. And that's what makes this country so great. And that's why, I challenge the American people, don't get off track on that. Don't let something that people have built this beautiful country on free enterprise to hey, if I don't like it here, then I'll go to another network or I'll go to another team. So it's not fair. It really isn't.
I appreciate what you're saying from the employer contract, but how would you suggest they do protest and have their voices heard? They're all forms of protest. Bruce, in this regard, this is peaceful protest. Nobody's fist fighting, nobody's throwing things at police officers. There have been forms of protest in this country where that is the way things are done. And that's destruction of people's property. That's destruction of the businesses that you're trying to support. Just random destruction of businesses. That never does any good. And we talk about it, but we're talking about this issue. It's an important issue, and it's being done peacefully.
Right, but see, Alex, okay, so what is the premise of this issue? If we ask her, what is the reason? For example, is it because there's not enough African Americans playing in the NFL? Is there not enough African American coaches? At the end of the day, and I'm not trying to dance around because I have a rich history of civil rights and my father and uncle who marched with Dr. King back in Atlanta. So I get it. But what I'm trying to figure out is where is the base? Where is this going to go? Where can it lead? But respectfully, it has to be on. It's not fair to just